A man with the most interesting name I've ever heard was recently arrested.
I'm Hedvig from Norrtälje in Sweden. Let's talk about that.
Good Mythical Morning.
This episode is brought to you by Catulas.com, the guys with the goods. You should check out the website. They got lots of one-of-a-kind gifts.
Like Rut Wipe. Link. This is Blaze Orange toilet paper. Safer than white for when you're wiping your butt in the woods, which hunters do.
And I also do that.
Yeah, I crap exclusively in the woods, and that is brought to you by Rut Wipe.
Sometimes
Catulas.
I just go into my backyard, never mind, forget it. News story.
Oh, that's what we're doing.
Have to share with you people. The most interesting name I've ever heard. This guy, 30 years old,
Okay.
was arrested Thursday afternoon on charges of carrying a concealed weapon, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of marijuana, and a violation of probation in Madison, Wisconsin.
Wow.
But his name is unforgettable. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Don't peek.
Okay. I'm anxious.
Beezow, doo-doo, Zopittybop-Bop-Bop. First name Beezow, middle name doo-doo. I'm not making this up. It's the news, people.
Beezow doo-doo?
Last name Zopittybop-Bop-Bop. Let me try to get it all together. Beezow, doo-doo, Zopittybop-Bop-Bop.
Sounds like a Louis Armstrong scat. Zip-bop, zip-bop, zippity-bop, boop, doo-doo.
Zopittybop-Bop-Bop.
This is not his given name. No parents,
Right.
unless they were like celebrity parents, like Gavin and who did she marry? Who did he marry?
I don't know.
Gwyneth Paltrow. Gwyneth Paltrow would name her child something like that.
Apple? Is that what?
Yeah, you start with Apple and then you move on to Beezow doo-doo.
Zopittybop. Well, their last name isn't Zopittybop-Bop. Zopittybop-Bop was born Jeffrey Drew Wilschke. Jeffrey Drew's not bad.
Wilschke's not good, though.
Yeah.
I'd change that.
According to court records, he legally changed his name to Beezow Doo-Doo Zopittybop-Bop-Bop in October. Just in time for Halloween, I guess. According to Zopittybop-Bop's apparent Facebook account...
No, it's Zopittybop-Bop-Bop. There's three bops.
Zopittybop-Bop-Bop!
I paid close attention to that.
According to his apparent Facebook account, listen to this. When he's not in trouble with the law, he enjoys activities including, quote, eating, standing, walking, thinking, and diamond.
I enjoy all those, except diamond. Is that a verb?
How do you enjoy diamond?
I think you just sit in the presence of a diamond.
I enjoy my diamond.
You sit in the presence of a precious stone, and you come up with a name like Beezow Doo-Doo Zippity-Bop-Bop-Bop.
Amazing. I can't believe that someone would legally change their name to that.
I respect this guy for a number of reasons.
Not for the drug use, right?
No. I disrespect him for the drug use. I respect him for carrying a weapon. No, I'm just kidding. Didn't it say he was carrying a weapon?
Yeah, it said that he had a knife at some point.
No, I respect him for enjoying standing and enjoying walking and eating. I also respect him.
Don't forget Diamond.
I respect him for having the courage to change his name, because this is something that, while I've never truly considered it, people ask us all the time, Rhett and Link, is that your real name? No way that's your real name. Rhett and Link, okay, so what's your real name? That's a made-up name, right? Rhett and Link, that's your stage name, right? No, look at my license.
They use that voice?
Yeah, whenever people criticize my name, they kind of talk like this.
Only people that talk like that criticize your name.
Yeah.
I think that's what you're trying to imply.
Rhett is my real name, and Link is...
No one who talks normally would ever criticize your name. Is that what you're trying to tell the people, Rhett?
Well, no. Don't put words in my mouth.
Do normal people criticize your name or question it?
I'm not talking about criticizing. I'm questioning the authenticity of my name. My license says Rhett. Now, Link's license doesn't say Link. It says Lincoln. But Link is short for Lincoln.
It's close enough, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's still not just some made-up stage name.
I'm also the third, and I have a son who's also, he goes by Lincoln. There's 4 of us, so it's totally bona fide.
But I have thought about the fact that I've got this name that I have to constantly qualify. Mm-hmm. When I introduce myself, I don't know what it is, But I usually, if I'm in a place where there's noise, where there's like a lot of ambient noise, like next to a train track, which I spend a lot of time in the woods crapping next to trains that are going by.
Which they won't hit you because hopefully it'll be orange.
Yeah, well, I've got my whole, like my head wrapped in rut wipe. Well, anyway, when people come up to me while I'm crapping in the woods, or just any other time where there's a lot of noise.
Hey, what's your name, sir?
I'm like, Rhett is my name. And they're like, Rick? Rick! They use this voice, Rick, or Brett. And I'm like, Rhett. Like, and then I've come up with this thing, like Rhett, like Brett without a B.
Yeah, I've heard you say this.
Like Brett without a B. They're like, takes a little bit of second to process. They're like, where's the Brett? Where's the B in Brett? Rhett, and then they get it.
I have heard that you've made a decision with some people when you're next to the train track or whatever you said about ambient noise. I have heard you go ahead and head them off at the pass and say, I'm Rhett. That's Brett without a B.
Yep.
So they're doing like the math in their head, but at least they're not asking you a follow-up question.
It's not really math, but that's okay.
It's funny, you know, since I kind of think it's since we moved to California from North Carolina, because it's something about my southern accent or what's left of it or whatever. I don't know if you think I have a southern accent, but
Yeah, you do. So do I.
a lot of only out here I've started to notice, and I'm not just talking about one person here, I'm talking about multiple people. When I introduce myself, they think I'm saying leak. Hi, I'm Link. And they say leak? Like a dripping faucet. It's just like who would call themselves after, you know, a malfunctioning plumbing device? You know, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
So what do you say? How do you clarify your name?
I say link like in a chain. Or sometimes I say link like the sausage. But don't.
Just say, why don't you do Zelda? Because I mean, this generation.
I do get that from a lot of people. Like, oh, you were named after Zelda? It's like quite the opposite. But yeah, the sausage one I should probably drop.
Okay, so we've got these qualifiers. But see, you know, I'm not going to change my name because it would be...
Are you saying that you want to legally change your name?
No, I don't want to legally change my name.
Beezow, doo-doo, Zopittybop-Bop-Bop, because it's taken.
But I think that there should be a requirement for people who want to change their names. And I think it should be you can only change your name to the name that other people already perceive you as.
So you like go to the name changing place and the guy there has the power to look at you
he's like,
and make a determination. No, sir, you cannot be Beezow doo-doo.
This is how it works. You go to the name changing place because this place doesn't exist. And they're like, I want to get my name changed. And the guy or girl behind the counter is like, you look like a Doug. And that's what your name becomes. You know, because you know how you see people sometimes and they tell you their name and then you're like, you don't look like a Mark.
You don't say that to people, do you?
No, but I'm thinking it a lot.
That would be horribly rude. Almost as rude as saying, your name is what, Leek?
But it makes me wonder, what do people perceive me as? When I introduce myself as Rhett, that what name do I look like? What name we should figure this out for each other.
Okay, so if we went up to the person, let's say...
I'll be the person behind it. I'll be the person at the name changing place.
Hi, my name is Link. People think it's Leek. I want to legally change my name. And now it's up to that person. You.
You look like a Mark.
Kind of plain. I was hoping something...
You know, glasses, your shirt. I'm putting a lot of things together. Your haircut, Mark. Hey, Mark, want to go party? Mark?
And then the guy, he gives you a name, and then he invites you to party.
You go party with the guy at the name changing place.
Never accept that invitation, people. If you're going to legally change your name, do not party. Never party with the guy who gave you your name.
Horrible idea. What do I look like? Let me make my default expression. I don't want to throw you off.
Jamie.
That's like an androgynous name.
I just, you got a lot of life to live. I just want to give you options. Leave a comment below. Jamie. I think it's a good time to go. Yeah, just go with it, Jamie. Leave a comment below. Give us your name. And then if you were to talk to the person behind the name changing counter, what name do you think they would give you? Or you can just say, if you want to legally change your name, what would you change your first name to? Can't use Beezow Doo-Doo, or I guess you could. There could be multiple ones.
You could use Jamie. I don't want it.
Let's spin the
Mark.
wheel. Oh, the wheel's already up here.
It is.
We forgot to take it down. We should take it down and then put it back up, but let's not.
Oh, we'll just leave it up here. Rhett and Link howl like wolves.
You know, the Wolfpack is our alma mater. That's NC State University. If you want to add something to the board to replace
What's the
that,
wheel? It's the wheel, actually.
it's a spinning board.
Wheel of Mythicality.
The spinning board of mythicality. We'll see you tomorrow! Sounds more like a hound dog. See you tomorrow.